It's going to be interesting to see how they spin the Indiana Jones stuff going forward because this is from everything we're hearing about Indiana Jones now. I mean, James Mangold is coming out and saying, that you're going to have to retool your mind to get
I
your
couldn't
yourself
believe it.
wrapped around this new indie. Well, guess
I couldn't
what?
believe he
Let me
said
tell
that.
you.
I mean, I'm not
Let me tell you
shocked,
how.
but I was just like,
Well, it's so stupid,
yeah.
but here's just how. I mean, this takes a true imbecile to come up with this. By by turning Indiana Jones into Jake Skywalker 2.0, they are literally giving the fans who hated The Last Jedi with a burning passion the opportunity to not go to the theaters and be fooled twice. And by pre-marketing this, and positioning everybody to know, oh, Indy's going to be old and haggard and lonely and lonesome and loathsome. It just gives everybody who despises that portrayal of Luke Skywalker the chance to say, screw you. You will never, you will never put me through that again. I will never go watch one of my iconic heroes be turned into a disillusioned hermit once more. So this has come
I
up in
expect
time.
even if I saw that it's been a while since I had seen Crystal Skull, but even I saw someone shared a GIF and it was like he actually got married to Marion. Like, is this film undoing that? Is she dead? Like, what's going on there with her?
Well, do we
Are
want
they divorced
spoilers?
now?
Are you okay with
Yes.
spoilers?
Well, yeah. I would totally,
Audience, are
totally.
you okay? Close your ears if you want. Now,
Oh, they
I
know.
don't know if this okay, so let's preface it and say we're in speculation and rumor territory, and also this is a film which has been treated in a little bit of a kaleidoscope fashion where there's lots of things shot so they can adjust, and they've shot some
Right.
additional things, and we've also watched as Doomcock has repeatedly proven them wrong in real time within 24 to 48 hours, which makes me wonder does Doomcock have like an entire set of rabbit's feet, lucky rabbit's feet in the center of the earth? Because I don't know how he's managed this. Where he comes out and makes a claim, James Mangold decides, hey, it's a good idea to respond to a YouTuber in a costume, and then 24 hours later, some poor journalist intern who had no idea comes out and confirms what Doomcock said on accident. You know
Yeah.
what a
Or
turn of
John
events, and it's
Williams.
happened. Yeah,
Even
or
worse
John
is when
Williams.
John Williams does it, and then he's like
Yeah,
Mangold's like in like total like Mangold's response to the John Williams thing just showed how he like seemingly doesn't even know what he's doing on his own movie because in one tweet he's like, oh well, it's not true, he doesn't know what he's talking about, and then like the next tweet he's like, he's fully informed. What is
right.
it?
And so understanding that all this can change because they're in a mad scramble, I would say. I think they know they're in trouble. They have got to know they're in trouble. But supposedly the way they get Indy to be a sad and disillusioned Jake Skywalker sort of fellow is that in the script we'll have the death of his son, and that may be off screen, but the character that Shia LaBeouf plays
Oh, okay.
will be we'll have passed and
And
caused
that does
Indy
that
to
lead to
be
like a
sad.
divorce with Marion or
Oh, I
something?
don't know. I don't know that
Okay.
part.
Okay.
Um, but I do get really sick and tired of seeing these characters who had victory have the victory taken from them, and then they're
Yeah.
turned into haggards. Because what that does is it not only steals from those characters, and they're not real, so that's okay, right? I mean, but it steals from the audience because you had an experience. You went to the movies to go watch these characters be victorious, and you don't want to then return and have all of that wiped out. And that's
Yeah.
not the way real life works.
Tolkien talks about this, and he's mainly primarily talking about fairy stories, but I think it does apply to something like Indiana Jones and
Oh,
Star Wars.
C-Man,
But
C-Man, look at that. I'm not gonna say it's good job, C-Man. I don't know, but good job.
but but in Tolkien talks about this, and he says if you make fun of the magic, then you lose the suspension of disbelief that you've crafted around the world. And I think that by doing this to these characters, you lose that suspension of disbelief. And I think that's really why so many people reject Jake Skywalker and are going to reject whatever James Mangold is doing here to Indiana Jones. And he's making it very clear that's what he's doing. He's like, we're going to show you how he was like heroic, and he did all
Yeah,
of these great
we're gonna show
things.
you how
He's full of
nothing matters.
how he's
Come on,
full of
come pay your
heroism, and
money for nothing matters. Come enjoy that.
yeah, and then literally turn him into this haggard person within like the first like 30 minutes of the film. And
I
it's
mean,
just like,
I get up
why would I
every
want to see
day.
that?
I went to film school, and I've become one of the most successful filmmakers in the world by working my tail off as if my life is of utmost importance. But come to this film and let me show you how your lives don't matter and your heroes don't matter, and nothing matters except that I treat my life as if it does. That
Yeah.
is the, never listen to their words, watch what they do, and that is the message coming from Mr. Mangold.
100%. So if Cider scrolls up here a little bit, we look at some of Mangold's tweets. He actually addresses kind of like his comments that he made. I don't know.
Well, he
Can you
needs
scroll
to.
up?
He's made quite a few that were
You
abrasive and
can-
inappropriate to fans.
hold on. Sorry. Let me give you this here. Cider, give you the wrong thing.
And I'll say this too. So if you're thinking about the how it was done correctly in the past, Obi-Wan Kenobi was not in the original movie. He was not a disillusioned, nihilistic piece of crap.
Oh,
That's
he
not
wasn't a
how we
guy that
used to do
literally
this.
buried his lightsaber in the sand and then tells another Jedi to like it's over, like
Exactly.
abandon hope.
And then when Sylvester Stallone, when Sly came back to play Rocky Balboa, that was not a man who was at the end of his rope and sad and thinking that life has no meaning. No, he went out and wanted to box again at an age past where that's acceptable. And he gave this speech to his son about why you should do that. And that's in spite of the fact that in the film his wife had died. He's going to the graveyard, yet he was not a sad sack of loathsomeness. We saw the same thing with Maverick and Top Gun, right? This
Yeah.
was not a character who came back and had realized that everything he had fought for had no meaning. No, the opposite. And if you think about it in real terms, look at your own life. Who are the older people that you look up to? It's the people who have done exciting things, lived their adventures, and now they're in their twilight years, still moving forward, still becoming better. And those are the people that we hold out as these archons of virtue that we want to emulate. Whether or not we know that or articulate that well, those are the people in our lives who subconsciously even we think that's who I want to be like. And so
Yeah, I think one of the
when you take those archons from the screen, from fantasy, and you invert them into pitiful creatures, then all that produces is it produces a psychological uncanny valley, a philosophical dead space where we look at it and go, no, that's wrong, and that doesn't look anything like the way real life is.